Okay, so here we are. We've just got an aluminium heat bed, and we're just going to clean that up because what we're going to do is just mark it out for the resistors. We're going to use these 10 ohm resistors, 5 watt, to actually heat the bed. So I've got some methylated spirits and just a paper towel. Just get all the oily residue off the aluminium. Otherwise, the paste, which is over here, I should have moved it. The paste won't really stick to it. What we're going to do is just going to open a couple of these packs of resistors. I'm just going to start placing them out and figure out where we're going to put them.
How many per bed? How many per bed?
20. So 4 rows of 5. So basically we're going to have it's 280 mils deep and 300 mils wide. You can use a deeper plate if you want. It will take up to 300. So we're going to divide our 300 into 4 rows. Okay, the next step, we're going to divide, so we're going to have 5 resistors, so we're going to divide 28 into 6. So we're just drawing a grid, and we'll just put the resistors on the intersections in centre.
Now, a bit about these, just answer a couple of questions about these resistors. You can't have them too dense because they'll be too hot.
Yeah, you're going to create a hot spot.
Yeah.
Although the aluminium's 3 mils, so it will conduct reasonably well.
It spreads the heat pretty well.
Spread it pretty quick, yeah.
So they're glued on, and then with the wiring and that sort of thing, presumably, we'll get to that, I suppose.
Yeah. So we're going to glue it in 2 ways. We're going to use this glue, and then later on, when that's cured, we'll use some silicone glue as well, just in case the vibration knocks off this glue, just to keep it down. We'll just do the edges, like you would like an edge of a wall or something, corner of a wall. Okay, so we've got our grid, and we'll just turn it back around, and basically we're just going to try it out. So we're just going to lay them out. What we can do, just to space it out a bit better, I'll probably just run these to this outside edge. So run it that way, and we just glue them on their bottom face there, or their top face, sorry. So top face gets glued. So it'll be something like that. We're just gluing the resistors now. So you don't need much glue. You actually want as little as possible. Because it's, although it is quite thermally conductive, it's still better to have, it's not as thermally conductive as the aluminium or the resistor itself. So I'd like to just put pressure on it until I can feel the ceramic hit the aluminium.
So this stuff's a bit like super glue, it's pretty quick to dry, or is it?
Yeah, it does go off quite quick. No, well, it'll stick after a few minutes, but it really takes a good 24 hours to cure.
Are these things fairly reliable? Do you get
failed
ones?
No, I've never had one of these fail.
Do they ever never start in the first place? Like, do you get ones that are faulty?
I haven't found one yet. They've been pretty good. Although you wouldn't know, because they're actually in parallel. So until you'd notice your heat bed not heating up fast.
In one spot or something? Would you see it?
Well, you wouldn't feel it because the heat would still conduct well enough for you not to be able to tell the difference. But if you flip it over, power it from cold, you can do a finger test, so you can just quickly touch them, and if there's a cold one, obviously. So here we are, we've got our resistors glued onto our heat bed with a thermal glue, and we're just going to start wiring them up. Now ideally we should have really drilled the corner holes first, but we got the order wrong, so we're just going to go with the flow anyway. We should be able to do it afterwards. So first step is we've taken some 10 amp wire out of an appliance cord, so we've scavenged some wire. We're going to strip this wire, we're going to strip it back to bare copper, and I'll just use a standard blade, just with a little bit of the blade sticking out for safety. And what we do is we just put it on our board, and I'm just going to strip one end first. So I usually just hold it in between my fingers to form a V, and just hold it on the wire. And just strip it back. Or you can just do it the other way too. Strip a bit off and then go the other way. We don't strip the whole lot, we're just going to strip this length. We don't need to strip the whole way. So we're just going to twist the wire up.
This is
just to keep it all
technique, is it?
Yeah, you can use a drill to speed it up. Twisting out, so we end up.
Oh, that's cheating. So why not use a solid core?
You could use a solid core
for this.
Yep.
If so, if you could get a decent.
Yeah, if you can get a decent solid core, you're probably better off. Actually, it's easier using this. So we just lay it on top, and we'll just start at one end, and we're just going to just twist these legs around it, leave a bit of a gap.
So it needs to be about a centimetre away from the resistor.
Yeah.
If it's too close, will it melt the solder ultimately? Is that the problem?
Yeah, it would get hotter, because these will run about 80 to 100 degrees hotter than the aluminium plate. So we're putting a bit of heat on our soldering iron, over 400 degrees, and we just start from one end and work our way up. So I've wrapped the wire around the copper wire. You can tin along if you want, with a little bit of extra strength.
Again, unnecessary if it's solid core, right?
Yeah, that's right. You wouldn't need to. And that's the first step done. And we're just going to continue and do the other legs now. So we're just going to join up the first bank. So I've just run a wire around here, as you can see, and just solder it up. So I've left the tail on this wire to join it back to this side. So that forms our circuit. So at the end we're going to have a wire coming off here and here, and that'll form one bank of the heat bed. And we'll have a separate pair of wires coming off here. Both are going to draw around 10 amps. So you're going to have 20 amps of at 12 volt down through here. So I'll just solder that end on. And then again, I've just wrapped the wire around, so in case the solder does get a bit soft and melts, it's not going to fall off. And you'll still have an electrical connection. Yeah, so here we go. We've just finished soldering the wires on. Now we've got two banks. We've got two resistor banks. Each is around 0.8 ohms. So there's probably a good 10 amps, 10, 12 amps going to go through it, each leg. So we've got two banks basically. So we just, later on we'll solder a wire onto here and here. So one wire here, positive, negative, and then another one here, positive, negative, and we'll take those away to the ramps.